is the younger community more like, oh, I understand NFTs, I understand crypto? Are they more susceptible to learning about cryptocurrency?
They're more open because one, they have less risk aversion, which may be good, may be bad. But also because they're digital natives and not just on a computer, but in the way that they transact. You described it earlier, tapping and, Apple Pay and all the pays, right? And so it just makes sense in a way that those who Gen Xers and those before me in particular, and late millennials, maybe even, the idea of trusting somebody else or some app with your money just sounds crazy, right? And my grandmother, who died at 103, she
Oh,
would dress
wow.
up to go to the bank. She'd dress up and they all knew Miss Celeste, and so that idea of having all of these various and varied ways to pay is something that people have to learn over again. My students now, both at the law school, I have 17. I'm actually on leave, but the one course that I was like, I will come back and do that is my blockchain, crypto, and law course. I was on a sabbatical to write the book last year. I'm on
Mm.
my own leave so I could do my trainings and my speaking and to do my book tour. But I thought it was important to go back and at least do my blockchain, crypto, and law. And there's 17 students enrolled. And I've seen the numbers creep up over time. And that's really, when you think of a relatively small school and basically these electives are only available for 2Ls and 3Ls, those in their second year and third year, it's a big deal. They get it and they want to learn about it and they want to be the smartest person in the room when they go out for their jobs. It's something that they can talk about at these firms and they will instantly get their job because
Right.
the lawyers know they need to know now, and no one, they look around and no one knows what the hell we're talking about. So it's much easier there. But we also can overstate the ease of it a bit. Just because someone is a digital native and knows how to use Cash App and Venmo doesn't necessarily mean that they made good investment choices and decisions. And so I don't want to overstate it, but they're more amenable to learning is the point.
Talk about the legal profession, because I think like we still don't see that many law firms. They're like, in the ones we do, like they're hyphenating blockchain. You can just tell that they're not really into it. That's always a
It's
dead
funny.
giveaway that this may not be the law firm I want to be doing if I'm looking to go fully decentralized.
Hilarious.
Tell me about the legal profession. Are we seeing more legal professionals come around, or is it still one of those spaces where the law firms are like, we have a couple crypto companies, we give them standard advice, but they kind of just throw their hands up. Regulations are still vague. When there's more regulations, we'll get into this space.
Any managing partner who sat around a table and said what you just said, and they say it all the time, they're in danger not only of becoming irrelevant, but risking their license.
Mm.
The quadrant,
Mm.
both personally and professionally, where people don't know that they don't know, is where people get into trouble. And it's interesting that you mentioned it. I've been in a bunch of meetings because next I'll kind of give you a little breaking news that
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you heard it here first. And I'd love to come back and talk about it when it's more fully formed and we do official launch. But I think it's so important for professionals in general, lawyers and financial advisors in particular, to figure this out, have a plan, have a discussion, one, about whether the technology and the assets are relevant or important for them to adopt, or at least how to advise this next wave of investors and also of business leaders and innovators in this space. And we're building the plane while we fly it. There is no better time to learn where regulation and laws are going to be important, both how it challenges existing laws, norms, rules, and regulations, and how the technology and the laws that will provide the framework and the guardrails are literally being made now. To have an influence in that, or at least to understand the debate, the dialogue, is important right now. And so, to that end, I'm going to be launching a Web3 Professional Institute,
Wow.
basically a certificate, a blockchain, crypto, and law certificate for financial advisors, CPAs, and for lawyers. I'm actually going to start in my own lane of lawyers and then build it out.
I
And
love
it will
that.
be focused on the Digital Economy Leadership Institute, or DELI. And it will focus specifically in a very short way, maybe 3 to 5 hours worth of modules, asynchronous plus live office hours, and then the option for memberships over time for regular updates is going to be critically important. And why? Exchange traded funds
Yeah.
for spot Bitcoin and ETFs are coming. I know Gary Gensler didn't want to do it, but federal court said you got to do it, and you can drag your feet as long as you want. But this is no longer a prediction to know in the first quarter of 2024 we will have a spot Bitcoin ETF. Will it be Grayscales? Will it be BlackRock's? We don't know about that, but we know it's coming.
It's coming. We have them in Canada, somewhat in Canada.
I mean, hello.
Yeah. If we can manage it in Canada, it's funny, like a company, Meet Amy, is doing exactly that, helping train wealth management professionals, because like this is going to be in demand, and you're not going to have years to go to school. The demand is going to be instant.
That's
and
right.
We have to be ready. And this is why I tell people, it's like, you're not going to have time to learn about it when the time is right. You're going to have to learn about it now and be ready and stay ready.